Hello, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about the Flower Nose Beauty Moonlight Mermaid collection. And I picked up a couple of things from the collection and they just arrived today, which is very exciting. Actually, the perfumes arrived a couple of days ago and then the other items arrived today. So let me show you what I've got. I picked up both of their perfumes. There's this one here and this one. Let me see if they say what they're called. Luna Goddess Tree is that scent, and this one is Forever Blooming Flower. This is more of like a sweet scent, and this one's more on like the herbal mint lemon that kind of like dries down into like a woodsy green scent. And this one's kind of more sweet, cantaloupe flowers, that kind of thing. They're both really lovely. I wore them both a couple of days ago when I got them. But yeah. Then I got two of the eyeshadow palettes. We have the number 05 Moonlight Land, which of course has the blues, and then a couple of neutral shades. And the shimmers look incredibly shiny. The blue is a duochrome. I wonder if we can show you. No, but it's blue to purple. And then I think the other one's regular, but I'm not sure. I haven't actually touched anything else. So yeah. Then I also picked up this eyeshadow palette, which is in Ocean Siren. I thought that that was kind of a fun color story. Both of these are pretty neutral and light for what I normally go for. If you see a lot of my makeup, you know that I'm normally into bright and colorful, and I picked the most colorful of their palettes, but I'm excited to try those. I also grabbed one of their blushes, and this one was in the shade 05 Siren Melody. And as you can see, it kind of has three tones in it, like this purple, peach, pink, and it's gorgeous. Actually, yeah, let's take a packaging appreciation moment. Like that, this is something that this brand is just incredibly good at and incredibly well known for. The packaging, the details, how it feels, it all feels incredibly nice and is really cool. Like if it's the aesthetic that you're into, it's really cool, right? Um, so yeah, and then that was the other palette. I also grabbed one of their lip products. This is in the shade 08, but I don't know what it's called. But it's this one here, and the actual shade is a nude, like kind of a darker nude. And then I also got one of their liners. It's just a regular black eyeliner, but the packaging is also just cute and feels really nice to the touch, and it feels pretty luxurious. This is a bit of a more expensive brand, so that is what I'm hoping for. It came with a little free brush that I thought we would use today. It also came with a free little hand mirror and like hair clip and some stickers and stuff, but I don't have that in front of me right now because I'm just going to be applying the makeup and talking about that. So let's do let's start with, I think I'm gonna pull probably from both palettes, and maybe I'll end up, actually maybe I'll do one eye look on one eye with this palette and one on the other eye with this palette. So we'll split it up like that. So I think I'm just gonna go into this light blue shade first. And I have already primed my eyelids, and also I'm already like wearing foundation and eyebrows, so that we can just kind of go right into it. I'll be honest, like my expectations are, well, I'm assuming it's made for, I'm normally like very, very into color. And I'm assuming this is made by people who are very, very into neutrals. But that's okay. This is going on really well though, actually. And that's the light blue. I was expecting it to be a little bit darker, but it's not. So I'm going to pull it into the inner corner. And I'm just sticking it in the inner corner there and then blending around. Oh, why not? We'll just go all the way over here. Okay. Then I'm going to wipe off my brush and I'm going to go into the I'm going to go into the mint and do the same thing on the other side. The mint was from the other palette. That's a little, let's see. I feel like not quite as much picked up on that one, but it's fine. It's building up fine. And we're going to try to mimic the shapes so that hopefully this look won't end up unbalanced or anything. Okay, that's looking pretty good so far. So where do we want to go from here? So we have some darker browns, we have some pinks, and a lighter brown. So I think we're going to hop into the deep brown. Actually, I'm going to switch brushes to something a little bit smaller. And I'm going to hop into the deep brown over here and kind of smoke that out. And I'm actually going to pull it down close to the lower lash line, or close to the lash line, and try to create a little bit of shape. And I'm taking the exact same color onto the other lash line, or onto the other eye. I was originally going to stick to the other palette, but there's nothing in the other palette that's as dark as this one. So I want to like maintain the same amount of depth on both eyes. And I do like to add a bit of drama to my looks. So I'm going to smoke this onto the lower lash line as well. Okay, now I'm going to hop into this light beigey shade on this side, using just the same brush that I wiped off really quickly. And let's just add that in here. It's really not showing up too much, but it's also a light beige, so it's quite close to my skin tone. I'm just trying to blend it into the blue so that there's a little bit of it there. But I think I'll blend it on the lower lash line too. And actually, I'm going to switch brushes up to something a bit more pointed and kind of pack it on there. I think that might give me some better pigment. Okay, and then for the other eye, we're going to go with this kind of like mid-tone pink and do the same thing. And that one was a bit more pigmented, so I'm actually going to blend it out a little. But that looks nice. Okay, and then we're going to take it and put it into my crease over here. Kind of matching where we placed the beige on this eye and blending it into the green. And it's not showing up a ton, but yeah. We'll do some swatches after this too and take a look at what that looks like. Okay, I think that this is where we're going to be for the mattes, and then we will do shadow and then liner. So I'm just going to go into the bright shades in both palettes. It's that bright silver and then this kind of brighter green gold kind of situation. So, and I'm going to go in with my finger. Ooh, that's pretty. And what I'm going to do is kind of pulling it along, I'm just gonna kind of follow along the edge like of this blue line and bring it up onto my brow a little bit too. And kind of just pull it along that edge. It's definitely sheer and transparent, so you can like see my skin tone underneath. And you can kind of like see it on top of like the brown over there a little bit too. Actually, I'm just going to kind of put it a little bit all over. I'm going to put it up here too. Oh, okay. So that's how that's looking. And I do like it, but it's definitely a sheer topper. They feel very dry. I'm kind of surprised. I thought they'd be a bit more creamy. Oh, especially this one in this palette. It definitely feels a little dry. Like, yeah, it's showing up, but I'm kind of having to press my finger in quite a bit. This is not as pigmented. What is going on? Okay. Darn. The quality of this shade isn't quite what the other one was. You know, maybe I'm going to switch over and see if it picks up better with a brush, because I'm only trying to pick it up with my finger, but maybe if I like scrub a brush into it a little bit, it'll pick up and lay down a little better. Okay. In general, I think, yeah, the other shade applied better. But that's kind of what we have going on. I'm just going to do a little bit more. In theory, they're very pretty, kind of like ethereal, sparkly vibes. And I feel like both of these palettes lean on like the ethereal, sparkly kind of vibes. And yeah, that can be fun. Unfortunately, I'm just struggling with this one. But oh well, that's where we are with it. And I kind of want to use the blue too, just to see what's going on with that. I'm not really sure where to put it, but let's do it. Let's put it a little bit on the lower lash line. We'll just do like, we'll just see if this works a little bit. Doesn't really want to transfer, but It does transfer a little bit, and I can't really tell if it's because, if it's a me thing, because I'm applying it like this in this method right now. Okay, hold it. We're going to check. Oh, wait, this one's creamier. Okay, good. We're just going to put a little here. Oh, okay, all right, all right. Okay, I'm just blending it a little bit with that because I really do want to leave the main part of the lid like open and bright, but I just wanted to double check that the shade, like, just to see how it felt. The shimmers in this palette definitely feel a little more creamy, a little more like easy to pick up than the shimmer in this one. So that's unfortunate, but here we are. Okay. Kind of messed that up. Hold up. I'm going to go back into the pink and just layer a bit of that back on. Okay, there we go. We're done. I'm going to just end that. Let's actually do some swatches. So let's swatch this one first. And I'm just going to grab those. The shadows feel, oh, I've got some swatches on my hands from earlier, but you know. The shadows feel very soft, like the mattes feel very soft. And then this shimmer is creamy. And then the shimmer next to it's also creamy, and the other matte is very soft. So all in all, a pretty good experience using that palette. Next, we're gonna swatch this one. Soft mattes. And then I don't know what happened to that poor shimmer. It's dry. It's dry. So that is really unfortunate. Hopefully it's just mine, but you never really know. So yeah, there's that one. And then the other two mattes, both very soft. So there they are. Yeah, so those are the two palettes. Yeah. Okay, now let's finish eyes. We're gonna use this eyeliner. I don't remember what the shade was called. It is one of the ones that you can shake, but it's black. So, oh, actually, let's show you. Very, very tiny brush tip, and we'll just do a line. Yeah, so quite a small, it looks like a brush tip to me. So, yep. Just really quickly gonna add some liner. I already kind of like made the shape that I was looking for out of the dark brown, but I'm just gonna do a little bit of a wing. And then I'm gonna kind of leave that front part open, but I also want to add in some little lines on the lower lash line, some little like fake lash lines. I just thought it'd be kind of fun today. I was wearing some earlier today. It's actually really late at night when I'm filming right now. And yeah, it was fun. Alright, so same deal on this eye, except you won't be able to see it because my mirror's over here. So far it's applying very smoothly, very evenly, and yeah, it's easy to get like a really fine tip as well because it's so small. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same little lashes down here, and I'm just doing them like just right on the outer like third maybe. Cute. But yeah, it's like tiny, so that's great. And the actual like component feels like very heavy and nice and smooth. And yeah, it just feels like really solid. So very happy about that. I'm gonna throw on a little mascara because I like how it looks. Just like everything else in makeup. This is just the Essence Lash Princess mascara. It's my favorite so far. Like of all the mascaras I've tried. Although to be fair, once I found it, I stopped trying so many mascaras, so. Okay. Oh, let's do, I'm just gonna do a little more the lower lash line. Cute. Okay. Great. That's the eyes done. So I'm gonna throw on this lip product. Oh, it smells like fresh apple. Okay. It's very, very smooth and thin. It's definitely like a thin gel. I don't even remember if this is a Live Good lipstick or a gloss or what this is. But it's very watery and smooth. Cute. And it's also a bit sheer. Okay, we're gonna see what this turns into. Let me just throw a little swatch of it on my arm too. I'll just put it with everything else. I think you can see right there that it's quite like sheer. It smells like apple, which is nice for me. It could be a downside if you don't like scent. I'm going to just take that off so I don't accidentally get it on myself. Okay, the last thing that, or I think I'm going to talk about the perfumes too, but I kind of want to talk about them at the end a little more. So the last makeup item that I have is this blush, and I'm going to use the brush that they sent. It feels like a little small and a little gimmicky kind of brush, but it probably works fine, so might as well. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the embossing. Yeah. Oh, upside down apparently. It's yeah, it's very, very pretty. So, yeah. I'm gonna try just the top area. Okay, I'm gonna try a little more aggressively. I was just like dipping it in like that. And I'm getting a little bit of color. I won't say that I'm getting nothing. I'm gonna try the bottom area too. We're just gonna, maybe that's where, oh yeah. There's a little more pigment at the bottom. So I'm just gonna swirl everything and there we go. Okay, now I know. The top is not quite as pigmented as the bottom. Okay, so there's that. Okay, I still have to build it up like a significant amount. But I like a lot of blush, so that tracks. There are quite a few blush formulas that I have to build up like this. Okay, cute. So this is the look. My first impressions, obviously this is like not a final review and I'd have to use stuff more to like really get a solid idea, but first impressions, the blush is a little bit sheer, which is kind of unfortunate. I did choose it because it was one of the darker colors available, and I know that I like a lot of blush. So uh so yeah, it's a little bit sheer, but there we go. The brush is quite loose. There's a lot of like what am I trying to say? It's not a very dense brush, so it applies and blends like really smoothly. It's not the softest brush, and it's not my favorite, and I wish the handle was longer. But there we are. This, I'm thinking this is a gloss because it's not really drying down. It wasn't opaque. It's a very like smooth and like watery kind of gloss. No idea how it wears, but here we are. I think it's a pretty color, and like I love a gloss, so I'm definitely gonna wear it again. Um, Eyeshadow. I'm so sad about the shimmer. That's really unfortunate. The shimmer, yeah, just I mean you saw it didn't really work for me and perform the same way. Can you see on the swatches too? Let's see. It definitely like some did come off, right? But it wasn't quite as creamy and it wasn't as easy to transfer as those two. Mattes seem to blend well. They're not like super pigmented, but like it still worked out really well, right? Like I still got that color of blue from, or sorry, this is the green one. I still got that color of green from the green, and I got that color of blue from the blue. There just happen to be like quite a few shades that are pretty close to my skin tone, like you can just see. So yeah, but like the brown showed up, the darker brown, and the other shimmers showed up. They are both like, even the shimmers that were a better formula are both a little bit sheer, but that's not necessarily a downside at all. Like, I really like that, and I think that that can lend to a really cool and interesting look. So those are my thoughts. The eyeshadows are soft. It's mostly about color story and packaging. Like, if this had been in any other packaging, would I have bought it? Like, probably not. Let's be honest. But because the packaging is so cool, I decided to give it a try. So here we are. Um, so let's talk about the fragrances a little bit more, but that's all that I really have to say about the makeup. Oh, this eyeliner. I like this eyeliner. This is great. I did a little wing. It's very finely pointed. It's really easy to control. It's not too long. It's not too big. It like moves against the eye easily, like the bristles move. And yeah, like I don't know, like I obviously this is the first time I've used it. I can't know how long it lasts. Is it a 3 month liner, 6 month liner? Like I don't really know that any of that detail, but it feels very nice in the hand. It applied very nicely. It's very easy to use. And I do recommend it. So for this perfume, the Forever Blooming Flower, I do really like this. Let me spray it just so we have that fresh in my head. Yeah, definitely like floral and sweet and a little bit of musky, but like mostly like lighter, whiter florals and sweet. There's definitely like a cantaloupe note in here that, especially once it's dried down for like 5-10 minutes, I can really smell the cantaloupe with the flowers. And I really like it. I think it's lovely. And the bottles are really cute too. Like they're kind of adorable. I don't know if you'll be able to see on this, but all of this like kind of pink plastic is also a little bit holographic. So like all of this stuff, all that pink plastic is all like kind of holographic, which is cool. Uh, so then this one, let me spray it as well. It's got a lot of lemon, a lot of mint are like, those are the top notes. And then as it dries down, so the lemon and the mint kind of add like this element of sweetness, but when it dries down, it really is not a sweet perfume. It's a lot more like woodsy and herbal once it dries down. So they have the notes online too, that you can double check. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I like both of them. They're very, very different perfumes. If you prefer something sweet and floral, this is the one. If you want something more like on the herbal side or not sweet, this is the one. I really do like them both, and I'm definitely going to wear them both. So, yeah, that is my first impressions try on, and I have actually worn these ones before, and they did wear pretty well on me. Um, and yeah, I was definitely able to identify the notes that they put up on their website in these perfumes. There wasn't anything that I was like, wait, what? Where was that? So I feel like it was a pretty like good description of how the scent is and how it changes over time. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this collection. This was super fun. The packaging is so adorable, and I'm excited to have gotten to try it. So yeah, that is that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.